And y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. Big NPH, wish. So game versus Quake, man. Y'all fuck with the game, man. I grew up on the game. I listened to a lot of game when I was a kid. Um, Big fan of the first album, like most people. I was a fan of the second album. Uh, I think I was a fan of the third album. I think that was the LAX joint. And hopefully I'm getting them in correct order. I could be in the wrong order. Now, I'm gonna keep it honest. I ain't coming for the game. I can't tell you much more after LAX. But I think that was because I grew up on You So Young. And I think it was also because after LAX, I feel like that's when just the game got saturated, right? The whole rap game got saturated. I want to say after like 2009, 2010. That's when it was just like so many rappers out, man. It was just like, you gotta think, you still had your niggas in the industry dropping they shit. So Wayne, Game, who else? Uh, Everybody, like, we grew up in the industry. Fat Joe is probably still dropping, and everybody you could think of still dropping. Then you got all the new faces. You got Mac Miller popping up out of nowhere. You got Wiz Khalifa coming. You got all these new names that, no disrespect, it just seemed like the new names took a lot of spotlight from the artists who established themselves through the mid 2000s. Uh, I don't know what it was. I think they understood the internet a little better, but you can't be mad because they came in the game on the internet. Like Wiz came in the game doing blogs every day. Uh, Whereas the game came in the game through the more traditional route, connections, Dre, Fifth, and uh, don't am I wrong? Jimmy Iovine and I guess all the other people. But like all these guys, uh, he came through the more traditional, the original way that a rapper came in the game. I know you youngsters, I know you folks under 20 would fathom that at one time there was no internet. You had to know people. You had to get your tape turned down by 100 radio stations and DJs and rappers, and you had to freestyle for people in person, and you had to do all these things back in the day to really get on. It was probably a lot harder to get on, but everything got pros and cons too. That was a time where streaming companies weren't manipulating sales, and artists was making more money. You look at Slim Thug, he's still eating good off the money he probably made in 2005 and 6 and 7. So uh, that's a perfect example too. So it was just different. It was different back then because, like I said, it was really about your network, and your net was your net worth. You know what I'm saying? Dame Dash told Kanye, you better get under the umbrella, or you're gonna get rained on. And I mean, to a certain extent, it's still kind of like that today, but it's not. You really, if you got some money, you got some good music, get you a good camera, a cameraman, or whatever, you could really change your own life and turn yourself up. I've been trying to do it for a long time. I guess I ain't put the right amount of money behind it. Who knows? But you can make that happen for yourself. I've watched people make it happen for themselves, and it can really happen like that. So it's a blessing and curse because like now you can put out your own shit, do it your own way. But I feel like now you gotta put out more hits than what you had to do back in the day. Because back in the day, one hit could really change your fucking life. You know what I'm saying? One hit can really have you set for life. Whereas now, your hit got to do crazy numbers to be set for life. I'm talking 300 million plus. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if then you set for life. You know what I'm saying? You might just be set for a couple years, depending on how your lifestyle is. So it's just different now. It was harder to get in the door back in the day, but the door was a little more lucrative, in my opinion. Uh, Whereas now it might be easier to get through the door, but it's you gotta grind harder. And I just think that a lot of those mid 2000 artists, they came in the game on a formula of network, and they didn't understand this new wave of saturation online. That's why I got disconnected with the game, because I gravitated more to the artists who were playing the internet. But I'm younger too. I'm younger than the game. I'm still a fan of the game, so I'm not trying to shade him. But I'm gonna say this. I feel like he shouldn't have got really mad at Quake. I don't think Quake was trying to shade him, but I can see why he got mad, because if you know you got a predominantly New York slash G Unit fan base slash really 50 Cent fan base, because G Unit ain't, I ain't gonna say they ain't active, but you know, I ain't coming at Lloyd or Tony or any of them, but you know, they had their hate, you know what I'm saying? They had their time. Um, Pretty sure they still dropping and they still active, but you know, their time was 03, 02, 04, and they know that. They probably would say that that was their prime year. But knowing that that's your following, and you know, you probably are, you know, I mean, I seen your page, you got damn near 100,000 subscribers, so I know you know you understand how this internet shit works. So I, I I can't get mad at the game for coming at you how he did, because I probably wouldn't have came at you if it was me, but I understand. Like niggas, some niggas just ain't going for that, bro. They feel like all your all of his ops pretty much, and I mean he, you know, internet ops. Obviously, he's not seeing these people. Probably he's over in L.A. and they're in New York. But if he feel like yo, his ops is your following, and you on there posting album sales that might not have been gold or platinum. I don't know, cause I don't know. I don't know his album sales. I know that first one did good. The second one, I feel like wasn't marketed right. Cause the second one was hard, but I feel like they didn't market it right. That's just my opinion on the album too. And album 3, I feel the same way. I feel like album 3 was pretty good. There's some songs I love, and the Games Pain was my favorite song on the album. Uh, but I just feel like it wasn't marketed right. And that could have been anybody's fault. And it might not have been his fault. It could have been a label. They could have had they focus other places, you know. They could have been on bullshit. You never know. But um that's the thing with this album shit. Like, for an album to be perfect, it ain't really just about the art. It's really about the business around the album. Everything with the business around the album has to be to a fucking T. It got to be perfect, because you're in competition with, you know, other big artists who dropping their album. So um it's like military strategy, man. And I just feel like the second, third, the other albums, I feel like they didn't market them good. For me to be living in Virginia, I feel like we was rocking with the game. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's just but then again, I was younger, so who knows? Maybe it was marketed right. I don't know. I just feel like it wasn't. But I'm gonna say this, man. The game, it's dope ass artists. I fuck with the game. Quake seemed like you got a pretty cool podcast. You know, next time, well, I can't tell you what to do. You're a grown ass man. It's your podcast. You keeping your lights on with your shit. I'm assuming. So, uh, you know, I would just say be a little cognizant on whether or not you're following. Don't fuck with who you reporting on when it comes to bad shit. But then again, it's news, so you going to report the news. I mean, you just reporting news. You know, that's the only reason why I felt like he shouldn't have got mad, but I understand why he got mad, because at the same time, even though you just reporting facts or the news or whatever, you know who your following is, and you know they're gonna get to making jokes and this and that. You know that's not cool, man. But I don't know, man. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Shout out Quake. Shout out Game. I hope I didn't offend either one of you with this. This is my opinion. I don't be trying to offend nobody with my opinions. And people in the comments, I appreciate y'all um, being in the comments, keeping this shit active. You know, I just need y'all to keep hitting that subscribe button, keep liking it, share this. You know what I'm saying? These just be my opinions on what's going on, man. I make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. I make sure y'all stay low, stay on the go, get the dough. Big NPH, man. Swish. Hope y'all like my little Chucky shirt too, man. I try to change it up. But Big and PH, man, switch, man. It's getting dark, man. It's getting late. Y'all go inside.